Okay, let's unpack this. Have you ever launched into something with, just incredible excitement?
Oh, absolutely. A new project, maybe a career goal?
Or even like a fitness thing, right? Only to find that initial fire, sort of.
Hmm.
Well, it just dims, it fizzles out eventually.
Happens all the time. You're definitely not alone in that.
We all have these big dreams of success, but the actual path there, it's rarely that straight line we imagine, is it?
Not at all. It's usually full of twists and turns.
So today we're doing a deep dive into something I think is incredibly powerful, the art of not quitting.
A crucial topic.
We've gathered some really compelling insights from our sources, and honestly, they challenge a lot of the common ideas about why some people achieve their dreams.
And others, well, they just don't. Even with similar drive at the start.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating, maybe a bit counterintuitive, is it's often not about what you first think.
Right. It's usually deeper than surface level stuff like talent or luck.
So our mission today is basically to equip you, the listener, with a fresh perspective, a really actionable one.
On things like perseverance, discipline, which is often misunderstood.
Yeah. And crucially, how to navigate those challenges, the resistance that always pops up when you're chasing something big.
We want to pull back the curtain on why most people don't reach their potential.
And more importantly, give you strategies to sidestep those common traps, those dream killers.
Our source material for this, it's not just, motivational quotes.
No, definitely not. It's a really illuminating compilation. Analytical excerpts.
All focused on the psychology of persistence, mindset nuances, and frameworks for overcoming obstacles.
Yeah, it's packed with some surprising truths. Some might even feel like a challenge to how you currently do things.
But they can genuinely transform how you approach your goals. That's the potential here.
So throughout this deep dive, we'll look at why quitting is so common. We'll uncover those silent traps like fear, criticism,
And then, the really vital part, how to build unstoppable habits.
and cultivate that mindset, the mindset of someone who just refuses to be stopped. Get ready for some aha moments, hopefully.
Yeah, moments that could really shift your perspective.
The invisible wall, why most people quit too soon.
Okay, let's jump right in. Here's something that really stood out to me from the sources right away.
What's that?
They really push back against this common idea that success is mostly about talent or luck or being in the right place at the right time.
Right. Those things can play a role, obviously, but the sources argue they aren't the main thing.
So if it's not primarily those things, what is the real game changer? What's the element that truly separates people?
It's a critical distinction. And what the research strongly shows is, okay, desire is the spark, right? You need that.
Sure, the initial motivation.
But success demands much more. It requires sacrifice.
Hmm.
Real, often uncomfortable sacrifice.
Okay.
And unwavering consistency, plus a degree of courage that people often underestimate.
Courage. Interesting.
Yeah, because most people, surprisingly, don't fail because they lack ambition initially. They fail because they quit too soon, way too soon.
They underestimate persistence.
Fundamentally, they underestimate the sheer compounding power of just sticking with it. It's not just wanting it badly.
It's committing to the process itself, even the hard parts.
Exactly. That initial excitement, that buzz, that's common. Almost everyone feels that.
But the staying power, that ability to keep going when the novelty wears off, when progress stalls, when it gets genuinely tough.
That's rare. That's what our sources pinpoint as the differentiator.
So this isn't just about trying harder at the moment it feels difficult.
It's deeper. It's about tackling a fundamental misunderstanding of what the journey actually looks like.
How so?
Well, the sources point out this cognitive bias. People mistake resistance or a temporary setback for a definitive dead end, an absolute stop sign.
Instead of seeing it differently.
Right. They don't realize that rejection, failure, obstacles, they're not necessarily signs to stop. Often they're tests.
Tests for what?
Tests of how badly you really want it. They're like checkpoints, designed to build resolve, not roadblocks meant to end the journey.
That connects to something else too, doesn't it? Modern society. Instant gratification.
Absolutely. We're so conditioned now for quick fixes, immediate results, fast delivery, instant feedback on everything.
So the long game feels weird, counterintuitive.
Or even impossible to many people.
Yeah.
This clash between wanting results now and the reality that deep achievement takes time, it's a huge, often overlooked reason people quit.
Because if they don't see progress right away,
They think, this isn't working. They don't recognize it might just be a necessary, slower, foundational phase.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So if those early setbacks aren't stop signs, how should we be thinking about them? How do we reframe them?
That's the crucial pivot. How do we shift our perspective? Our sources use this great metaphor.
Yeah.
They say success is not a straight road. It's full of curves, unexpected setbacks, and imposing walls.
Okay.
And the people who win, who get there in the end, they aren't always the smartest or the most talented or the luckiest.
Who are they then?
They're consistently the ones who simply refuse to quit when it would have been easier, maybe even more logical, to just stop.
So the act of pushing through is the key, not avoiding the difficulty in the first place.
Precisely. It's the deliberate response to the difficulty, not the absence of it.
There was that analogy in the sources, too, about digging for gold.
Yes, that's such a powerful one. Digging for gold, stopping inches from treasure because the ground got too hard.
Ugh, that's painful just to think about.
It really is, because it illustrates how many people abandon things when they're so incredibly close to a breakthrough.
They stop because it feels hard right then, not because the goal isn't achievable.
Exactly. It highlights that proximity to success that so many unknowingly walk away from.
So for you listening, think about a time you almost gave up, maybe a tough project, a fitness goal,
Something that felt like hitting a wall. Did you push through? Did you find success was closer than you thought?
or right. And this is the tougher question. Can you think of a time you did quit, and now you wonder, what if?
What might have been waiting just beyond that point of giving up? Our sources suggest these are often the final tests.
That image is so strong, stopping inches away, and it really touches on that feeling, that sense of temporary defeat.
Which we feel quite often, right?
Yeah, but the sources argue we confuse that temporary feeling with something permanent. Permanent failure.
Exactly right. And that confusion is a critical trap. People let one rejection define their whole potential.
Or let a setback completely derail them.
Or delays convince them it's just never going to happen.
Yeah.
But real growth, genuine development, it takes time.
Like the seed analogy.
Precisely. Like a seed working underground, unseen, building roots long before it breaks the surface.
There's that crucial hidden stage of growth.
Yes, where the vital work is being done even if you can't see the progress yet. Externally or even internally sometimes.
And we mistake that lack of visible results for a lack of any progress.
Which leads to giving up way too early.
The sources really emphasize this, don't they, with examples?
Constantly. They say every person who achieved greatness faced moments of doubt, failure, rejection. Every single one.
But the difference was?
They stayed in the fight. They pushed one more day, took one more step, made one more call.
That one more effort.
Yes. That seemingly small one more effort is what turns potential defeat into victory.
It almost reframes talent, doesn't it? Maybe talent is just a longer history of those one more efforts.
That's a fascinating way to put it. It suggests talent might just be accumulated persistence, the result of countless small decisions to just keep going.
So, practically speaking then, what does this mean for us? It sounds like patience is key. And adjusting our internal timeline
It really is. It requires a fundamental shift in expectation, away from instant gratification.
towards sustained effort and trusting the process.
Exactly. Trusting that unseen stage. Our sources confirm most people fail because they want instant results. They plant a seed today, expect a harvest tomorrow.
Which isn't how deep, lasting success is built.
Not at all. True success belongs to those who endure the waiting, trust the process, and absolutely refuse to quit, no matter how hard it gets.
Even when progress seems invisible for a long time.
Especially then. It's about believing in that hidden foundational work.
The comfort zone conundrum, fear, excuses,
And
criticism.
speaking of things getting hard,
Yeah.
our sources really dig into why we choose to quit, even when we know deep down maybe we shouldn't. And it often starts with comfort, right? Or avoiding discomfort.
Yeah, this is a huge piece of the puzzle. Connecting it to the bigger picture, this trap of comfort and excuses is like a silent killer of dreams.
How so?
Because when progress inevitably feels slow, which it will, people convince themselves it's not working. They mistake a plateau for a dead end.
Instead of seeing it as just a phase.
Right. And patience, as we said, is rare. So without patience, quitting becomes the default.
But the sources argue that struggle isn't punishment.
No, it's preparation. The hard days, the friction, the frustration, they're not signs to stop. They're lessons. They're forging you.
Preparing you for the success you're asking for.
Exactly. Quitting means walking away mid-test.
And the sources say those who quit early, they never stay long enough for the reward.
Never. They walk away during the test and miss the sweetness of triumph. They choose immediate ease over potential victory.
Makes you think, doesn't it? How many times have we chosen the easier path?
And what potential wins were waiting just beyond that discomfort we avoided? It's an unsettling but useful question.
And beneath that desire for comfort, there's usually fear, isn't there? That's a massive driver.
Oh, absolutely monumental. Fear of failure, fear of looking foolish, fear of not being good enough.
That must be why we quit so often.
Our sources say quitting almost always stems from fear. Instead of confronting it, pushing through it.
We choose the comfort of giving up,
Exactly. We tell ourselves stories. I wasn't meant for this. It wasn't my path.
when really maybe we were just one step away from proving ourselves wrong.
That's the irony. Success demands courage, the sources say.
Courage to do what exactly?
Courage to move forward when logic says stop. Courage to keep going when feelings scream give up. Courage to believe when the world says it's impossible.
Whereas quitting,
Quitting requires nothing. No sacrifice, no faith, no strength. That's why it's the easier choice.
and tragically, the choice most people make, limiting their own potential.
Unknowingly, yes.
The sources have a really strong take on the lasting impact of quitting, differentiating it from just persistence.
It's a vital distinction for your mindset. They state clearly, quitting too soon robs people of their destiny.
Strong words.
Very. It kills dreams, wastes potential, leaves only regret. The pain of persisting, that discomfort, the struggle.
That's temporary.
Exactly. It passes.
Hmm.
But the pain of quitting, the what if, the knowledge of potential unfulfilled,
That lasts forever.
that's the claim. And the moment you decide to keep going, when it hurts, when others would stop, that's when you separate yourself.
That's when you join the group who eventually achieve things.
Refusing to quit when others do is what elevates you.
So regret isn't just a feeling, it's an act of loss.
A loss of future possibilities. The long-term price of avoiding short-term discomfort.
Wow. Okay, and there's another silent trap highlighted. The fear of criticism. This one really hit home for me. The idea we're conditioned to seek approval.
It's so deeply ingrained, isn't it, from our earliest days?
Yeah.
We're conditioned to seek approval, play it safe, avoid standing out. The thought of being judged is terrifying for many.
So we let whispers of doubt
Or imagined laughter from critics, or even just skeptical looks.
dictate our path, steer us away from what we really want.
Tragically, yes. Instead of chasing our own goals, we shrink back into the comfort zone.
But that comfort keeps us small.
Exactly. Keep savage. When you fear criticism, you hand over your power to people who often don't even really matter in the grand scheme of your life.
You let strangers, friends, even family steer your ship.
Instead of grabbing the rudder yourself.
But the truth is, criticism is just
Yeah,
inevitable, right? If you do anything meaningful.
precisely. The sources are crystal clear. Criticism is unavoidable. It doesn't matter how good you are, how kind, how talented.
Someone will always have something negative to say.
Always. Even the greatest thinkers, innovators, leaders in history faced intense criticism, doubt, ridicule.
But the difference was,
They kept going. That's the key. The goal isn't to avoid criticism. That's impossible.
it's to change your reaction to it.
Exactly. It's external, but its impact is internal, and it's chosen by you.
And maybe criticism is even a sign you're on the right track, doing something different.
That's what the sources suggest. It can be an uncomfortable confirmation you're moving outside the norm.
Okay, so if it's unavoidable, how do we make peace with it? Or even, as you hinted, maybe use it. How do we flip that script?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do we reframe it? The sources offer a powerful perspective shift.
Which is,
Criticism is rarely about your worth. It's usually a reflection of the critic's limits, their insecurities, their lack of understanding, maybe even their envy.
people criticize what they don't understand.
Or attack what they envy, or dismiss what threatens their own comfort zone. If you let their words paralyze you.
You're letting their insecurities derail your destiny.
Exactly. It's about moving from taking it personally to understanding its source.
There's that line, no critic has ever built a statue.
Powerful, isn't it? No hater has ever written history. Only the doers, the risk-takers, the bold leave their mark.
It really puts judgment from the sidelines in perspective.
Think about times you've held back, an idea, an action, because you feared judgment. What opportunities were lost?
It's a confronting thought. The sources really challenge us here, saying criticism can be proof you're doing something significant.
It's a radical shift, but an empowering one. To break free, you have to rewire your thinking. Criticism isn't the enemy.
It's proof you matter, proof you're making waves.
If no one's criticizing you, you're probably just blending in. The more noise you make, the more resistance, the more criticism you'll face.
And that resistance is a sign of significance.
Instead of fearing it, embrace it. Wear it like a badge of honor. It means you're alive, moving, daring to be different.
And the sources even suggest critics today might admire you tomorrow.
It happens. Not that it should be the goal, but it shows how temporary external judgment is compared to your own vision and effort.
Your internal drive matters more.
Infinitely more. Your vision, your goals, your calling, they matter more than opinions.
Greatness is often misunderstood initially.
Always has been, always will be. The moment you stop fearing judgment is the moment you step into freedom.
The moment you start living for yourself, not for others' approval.
And that autonomy, that internal validation, that's the foundation for real achievement. External voices are just noise if you don't give them power.
Bridging dreams to reality. The power of action and discipline.
Okay, so we've talked about these walls: internal fear, external criticism, the comfort zone. Now let's get practical. How do we actually break through? Start building something real.
This is where it gets really empowering. The sources point unequivocally to one core principle.
Yeah.
Action. Consistent, deliberate action.
Not just thinking about it.
Exactly. What the analysis shows again and again is most people don't fail for lack of dreams or intelligence. They fail because they don't act.
They sit on brilliant ideas, make perfect plans.
And talk endlessly about what they're going to do someday. But when it's time to actually move,
Hesitation.
yes,
Sure.
that gap between intention and execution, that's where most potential just vanishes.
And that hesitation often comes disguised, doesn't it, as prudence.
Or needing more preparation. Fear hiding as caution.
They convince themselves tomorrow's better, timing isn't right.
Need just a little more research, one more course. It becomes a habit of deferral.
And perfectionism can be part of that, like self-sabotage.
Absolutely. Trying to get everything perfect before starting often means you never start at all. The perfect becomes the enemy of the good, or even the enemy of the started.
That hesitation. The sources call it a silent killer of dreams.
It truly is. And what people don't realize is that hesitation is the very reason success slips away. Life rewards action, not intention.
The person who executes an imperfect plan
Will always outpace the one designing a flawless plan but never moving. Real-world feedback, even from messy action, is far more valuable than theoretical perfection.
How many perfect plans are just sitting on shelves, mentally or physically?
Waiting for that right time that never arrives, what imperfect step could you take today?
The sources also link overthinking directly to inaction. The paralysis by analysis.
Yes, another silent killer. Analyzing every outcome, every risk,
Yeah.
it paralyzes you.
You tell yourself you're being cautious.
But really, you're letting fear disguise itself as preparation. Planning is important, yes, but plans without movement.
Fantasies on paper, castles never built.
The world rewards what you do, not what you think about doing. Impact comes from execution.
So what about that feeling of being ready? So many of us wait for that.
Ah, yes, the elusive readiness. The sources ask, why do we chase that? Here's the truth they offer. You'll probably never feel 100% ready.
There will always be doubt, always risk.
Almost always, in anything meaningful. The winners aren't those who wait for certainty. Certainty rarely comes.
They're the ones who act despite uncertainty.
They embrace the unknown as part of the adventure, and the sources warn, failing to act builds the habit of procrastination.
Each delay trains your mind that waiting is okay.
Yes. Soon it's your lifestyle. Always waiting for the right time, waiting for motivation, waiting for stars to align.
But the right time never comes, and motivation is fleeting.
It's a visitor, not a resident. Relying on it leads to stagnation.
And the ultimate tragedy of inaction, the sources say, is regret.
Unequivocally, failure hurts, yes. We know that. But
Right.
regret, that what ifs, that hurts far worse, far longer.
Failure teaches, regret haunts.
Exactly. Action, even failed action, gives you a chance to grow, learn, pivot. Refusing to act guarantees nothing changes.
You stay stuck, wishing for progress that never comes.
Action is the bridge. The living bridge between dreams and reality.
Okay, so action is the bridge. What builds that bridge reliably, day after day?
Now we get to the foundation. Discipline.
The unpopular but powerful concept.
Immensely powerful. The sources define discipline as the essential bridge between who you are now and who you want to become. Without it, dreams collapse.
Even with excitement and goals.
Yes, people get excited, set goals, visualize the future. But when it comes to the daily showing up, the sometimes mundane work,
Emotions get in the way.
precisely. One day they feel motivated, push hard. Next day they don't feel like it. and they quit or skip.
That inconsistency.
Kills progress faster than failure ever will. That's a direct quote, essentially.
Wow, faster than failure. Why?
Because it undermines the compounding effect. Success doesn't belong to those who act only when they feel good.
It belongs to those committed even when it's boring, hard, when
Yeah.
no one's watching.
Exactly. Discipline isn't about mood, it's about commitment. Emotions are temporary. Habits built by discipline are permanent drivers.
Like the student analogy, studying only when inspired.
They'll never pass the exam. Consistency beats sporadic bursts of effort every time. Life works the same way.
Think of an athlete.
They don't just train when they feel like it, they respect the process. Every rep, every early morning, it all builds strength, resilience. Consistency transforms them.
So what about those tiny daily choices? Skipping the gym, scrolling instead of reading. Do they really matter that much?
They matter immensely, according to the sources. Discipline shows up, or fails to show up, in those micro decisions.
Skipping the gym for comfort, distraction over focus, spending instead of saving.
These tiny choices, compounded, build a pattern of mediocrity. But disciplined people know success is hidden in those same small choices.
Waking up on time, reading while others scroll, investing instead of wasting.
These habits compound into transformation. It's not about heroic leaps. It's about the relentless accumulation of small, intentional steps.
Mastering the inner game patience, resilience, and unstoppable habits.
Okay, discipline is clearly massive. But our sources suggest another crucial element working alongside it, providing the fuel, the perspective. Patience.
That's the next layer, absolutely. And what's fascinating is how mindset just determines everything. Discipline controls your actions.
Making sure you show up and do the work.
Right. But patience sustains the journey. It lets you endure the lulls, the plateaus, those hidden stages of growth without losing faith.
So together, discipline and patience.
They create the foundation for lasting success. Patience is called one of the greatest strengths, yet one of the most neglected, especially now.
In our instant gratification world.
Exactly. Everyone wants everything instantly. Results without struggle, rewards without effort, success without sacrifice.
But the truth is, anything worthwhile takes time.
Unequivocally. Takes time, cultivation, patient effort. It's non-negotiable for anything substantial and lasting.
And if we like that patience, always chasing the quick fix,
We sabotage ourselves the moment progress feels slow, and it will feel slow. Sometimes we quit.
abandon dreams halfway through, never realizing the breakthrough might be right around the corner.
Failure, the sources argue, isn't usually from lack of talent or intelligence. It's lack of endurance. The capacity to wait, trust, persevere through unseen growth.
We underestimate how long real growth takes. We compare our messy start to someone else's polished finish.
And assume they had it easy. We don't see the years of patient waiting, the quiet sacrifices, the consistent effort behind the scenes.
Like the seed analogy again, hidden underground, building roots first.
That hidden stage isn't wasted time, it's essential preparation, where resilience is built, skills honed, strategy refined.
So how often have you, listening, maybe dug up the seed too early, impatient because you didn't see immediate sprouts?
Unaware of the vital growth happening beneath the surface, it's a really important question to ask yourself.
So, understanding this need for patience, what does it mean for avoiding shortcuts? Resisting that fast success lure?
It raises that crucial question, what's the long-term cost of impatience? The sources say impatience leads straight to shortcuts.
Chasing quick money, easy fixes.
Hoping to bypass the hard, slow, foundational work. But what comes fast often fades just as fast, lacks a solid foundation.
Fleeting wins.
Whereas patience builds strength, endurance, character, the very qualities that create success that lasts. Real depth, real resilience.
There's a direct link between patience and the quality of success achieved.
That's the strong implication.
The sources also talk about failure differently, not as a stop sign, but as training.
Yes, a powerful reframe. Failure isn't weakness, it's training. Every setback is a rep for your character.
Like lifting weights tears down muscle to rebuild it stronger.
Exactly. The difference between those who stay stuck and those who rise is perspective. Treat failure as a wall, you stop.
Treat it as a stepping stone.
You keep climbing, you evolve. It reframes failure as essential, constructive, not an endpoint.
Successful people don't avoid failure. They build habits around it. They learn from it.
They extract the maximum value from every misstep.
So, tying this together, failure as training, discipline, patience. What does this mean for building those unstoppable habits the sources mention?
This is key. Habits aren't built by inspiration. That's unreliable.
They're built by repetition.
Consistent, deliberate repetition. You don't need to feel motivated. You need to train yourself to show up automatically.
Like brushing your teeth. No motivation needed, just routine.
The same principle applies to big goals. Building a business, improving health, mastering a skill. Automation through repetition.
Consistency, not intensity, is the secret.
One workout won't change your body. Daily movement will. Writing once won't make you an author. Writing daily will. Studying once won't make you an expert. Consistent learning will.
Small actions, repeated long enough, become automatic habits.
And these habits carry you through when motivation fades, when doubt creeps in, when you want to quit.
And failure fits into this habit building too. Seems counterintuitive.
Profoundly. Failure isn't a hindrance, it's a catalyst. Every mistake teaches you what doesn't work.
Providing data, sharpening your system.
Refining your approach, strengthening your discipline. Instead of quitting when you stumble, you use the fall as fuel. To adapt, keep going.
That's how unstoppable habits are born, refusing to break the chain.
Even when you fall. The sources give this formula. Discipline builds habits, habits build momentum, momentum builds success.
And once that wheel starts turning,
It becomes harder to stop than to keep going. That momentum makes you unstoppable, not because you never fall, but because you never stay down.
you learn, adjust, get back up, keep moving.
That's the essence of it.
That's a powerful place to reach. So for anyone listening right now, what's the immediate takeaway? How do we start today?
Great question. How do you start? The advice is clear. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist.
Start small.
Start small, stay incredibly consistent, and let failure teach you, not scare you.
Build habits that outlast feelings. Routines that don't negotiate with excuses.
Build systems, mental, physical, environmental, that carry you forward when emotions try to hold you back. Success isn't built in one leap.
It's built in daily steps, repeated until they become who you are.
That's the path to becoming truly unstoppable. Outro.
Wow. What an incredible deep dive that was into the art of not quitting. We've really unpacked so much today.
A lot of powerful insights, definitely.
From understanding why most people fall short, to reframing fear and criticism.
To embracing the necessity of action, discipline, patience.
Yeah, it really covered the full spectrum.
And we saw clearly failure isn't that final judgment. It's training.
Every setback builds resilience, sharpens strategy, develops character.
Absolutely. Without it, success wouldn't mean as much. Victory shines because of the contrast with defeat, with the struggle.
And that harsh truth, the sources hammered home.
Hmm.
The sting of failure is so much lighter than the weight of a wasted life. Of regret,
You will stumble, you will fall, you will lose sometimes. That's part of the process.
but every time you rise again, learn, adjust.
Yeah.
You get stronger, wiser, closer.
The only real failure is refusing to learn. The only true defeat is giving up before the lesson transforms you.
Into the person capable of achieving the dream.
Exactly. Most people don't fail due to lack of talent or opportunity. They fail because they quit too soon.
Or fear judgment, lack consistency, grow impatient, refuse to learn from mistakes.
These habits keep people trapped. But those who rise above them, who stay patient, disciplined, relentless.
They become unstoppable.
Truly.
Your journey, listener, won't be easy. The sources make that clear. It'll have challenges, resistance, doubt.
But as they confirm, it will be worth it. Every rejection, delay, setback isn't punishment,
It's molding you, preparing you to carry the weight of your dreams.
which leads to that final, crucial question for you to consider, that choice.
What's that?
Are you willing to fear a life where you never tried, never grew, never discovered your potential? More than you fear the struggle itself.
The discomfort, the temporary pain,
The choice is always yours. Stay comfortable, fail quietly, live with regret.
or rise above, embrace the struggle, and claim the life you were meant to live.
Because success is waiting for you, but only if you refuse to quit when most people do.
That is a powerful thought to end on. We really hope this deep dive gave you some valuable tools, some insights, and maybe a fresh perspective on your own path.
Keep pushing forward.